Hi, I'm Gillian and I want to do a video today to tell you about the makeup brushes that I prefer to use. Whenever I started getting into makeup, well, at the very start, before I bought kind of dear stuff, I got a lot of brushes in Target, and to be honest, I don't use any of them anymore. Then I got nearly all of the MAC brushes, or certainly all the ones that I would ever use. So I have all the MAC brushes that I think I would ever need. But I don't actually use them all anymore because then Real Techniques came along and some of their mostly their face brushes are better. I still use mostly MAC eyes brushes for the eyes, but I'll get stuck straight in and tell you what I like to use. First up, before I put on my foundation, if I've got any like little red spots or anything, I'll use a colour correcting concealer and I'll just dab that on really small where the spot is using Real Techniques accent brush, which is very tiny. Then the next thing I'll use is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to put on my foundation. I also like the Real Techniques Buffing Brush just as much, but recently I've just been using this one. Then to put pressed powder all over my foundation to set it, I use the Real Techniques Powder Brush. It's just really soft and it's nice and big, and it lets me just press on the powder without disturbing the foundation underneath. So that's pretty much what I use for the start of my face. Then on to my eyes, and I kind of love all of these brushes, but I'll tell you what each one is and what they're for. First of all, the 286, which is, I'm not sure if it's in the permanent collection now, but I think I got this whenever it came out in some sort of holiday line or something, but it's kind of a cross between a 217 and a 224. It's black and white, it's dual fibre, and I love this just for putting colour all over the lid and for blending as well. The 217, which is one that is really popular, and what I use this for is normally for placing colour at the outside or into the crease, but then I blend it out afterwards with a different brush. Even though this is a blending brush, I don't really use it. I would use something else probably to blend. I would then blend afterwards with my 286 or 224. This brush I would rarely put product onto and then straight onto the eye. This is just normally for blending out something that I've put on with another brush, and especially along the top of where your eye colour is going to meet your kind of highlight colour, this is the brush I'll use to blend. I have another 224 which I also incidentally use for if I do put foundation under my eyes. I would use a 224 brush to blend that all in. 239 is my favourite brush. It's a little flat white one, and it's my favourite brush for packing on colour. So if I'm pressing colour into the eyelid, using something that I don't want to blend or don't want to fall down or scatter, then I'll press it on with this little brush. 219 is the pencil brush, which mostly I would use for putting colour underneath the eye. It just fits nicely along underneath the bottom of my lashes. Sometimes I'll use this to put a dark colour if I don't want, like see today I've got quite a lot of dark colour in the crease. If I wanted just a little bit of dark colour, to place it more precisely, I would put it on maybe on the outer V or something with this brush and then blend it. This brush is the 222, and I got this right at the very start and I haven't used it for a long time, but just recently I've got into using it again. Sometimes I think that the other brushes splay the stuff out too much, so if I want to kind of put a more defined line along the crease, I've started using this brush again. So I've fallen back in love with MAC 222, and it should be white. It's dirty. For eyeliner, I've got the little fine eyeliner brush, but at the minute I'm liking the angled brush. This one is 208, MAC 208, and I'm liking that for putting on gel eyeliner, or even for using a dark matte eyeshadow as a liner, just to bring it along I think it's easier than using the little fine brush. And the only Real Techniques brush that I've got in this eye section is going to be the base shadow brush, and what I like this for is any sort of cream, or if I'm using my MAC paint pot and my fingernails are too long, or if the pot's too empty that I'm going to end up scraping it under my nails, I'll always use this instead. It's the base shadow brush from Real Techniques, and I'll use it for cream stuff. Then after I've done my eyes and used all those brushes for that. To finish the face, I've got MAC 168, which is the angled brush. This is nearly clean. It was clean before I used it this morning. But I'll use this just to place the contour colour along there, and then I'll blend it out with something bigger. At the minute I'm using the Geofiber face brush just to then blend that out, because sometimes this can leave a little bit of a harsh line, but it's good for placing it and then buff out with it. The Real Techniques blush brush I've been using recently, and I just like it. It blends the product really well. I think it would be kind of hard to use too much blush or have it looking too strong with this, because it just blends it nicely. And finally, then for placing my highlight colour, I've got the Real Techniques contour brush, and I like this just for placing a highlight colour along the top of the cheekbone. So I know that's quite a lot of brushes. Let's see if I can hold them all together now without dropping them. I hope you find that interesting. Those are the brushes that I'm using at the minute, my favourite brushes.